senior royal aide, one of the most powerful men in the entire British royal household, was caught on camera doing something absolutely nobody expected. He was pointing a tiny battery-powered fan directly at the king's face, and the internet completely lost it. Now look, royal events happen every single week. Speeches, receptions, handshakes, photo opportunities. Nobody usually bats an eye. But this moment, this one was completely different. Because in one single photograph, the entire carefully polished image of the British monarchy just melted away. Literally. And what was left behind was something the palace never planned for. Something human, unexpected, and honestly kind of iconic. Royal fans around the world are talking about it right now. But here's what nobody is really discussing. This was not just a funny photo. There is a lot more going on here. Stay with me. Let's set the scene. Saturday, June 24th, St. James's Palace, London. One of the most historic, most prestigious royal residences in all of Britain. And inside, a formal reception for London Climate Week, hosted by King Charles III himself. Now, climate change, sustainability, protecting the planet. These are not just political talking points for this king. This is personal. Long before it was fashionable. Long before world leaders started showing up to summits and making big speeches. King Charles was already sounding the alarm. For decades. Talking about biodiversity loss, sustainable living, the urgent need to act before it is too late. So hosting this event, this was his moment, his passion, his people, government officials, business leaders, environmental innovators, all gathered under one roof at his personal invitation. It should have been a perfectly orchestrated royal evening. And then, the heat wave arrived. Because here is the thing. The UK has been absolutely burning this week. Red weather warnings. The highest level possible. Issued right across the country. Schools closing their doors. Public transport is running on skeleton schedules. Only essential workers are being asked to travel. The kind of heat that makes you feel like you are melting just standing still outside. And St. James's Palace, for all its grandeur, its centuries of history, its legendary royal tradition, was hot. And this next part? This is where it gets really interesting. Photographers were in the room. Cameras rolling. Lenses trained on the king as he moved through the reception. Greeting guests. Listening to speeches. Doing what kings do. And then someone's camera caught it. A single bead of sweat. Running down King Charles's cheek. Just quietly trickling down. In front of everyone. On camera. Now, in the royal world, that alone is already a moment. Kings are not supposed to sweat visibly. Not on camera. Not at formal events. But that was not even the main moment. Because standing right beside the king was Vice Admiral Sir Tony Johnstone-Burt, the master of the household to the sovereign. And this is not a small role. This man oversees the entire running of the royal household. Every ceremony, every engagement, every detail. One of the most senior figures in the entire palace operation. And there he was, holding a tiny, battery-powered fan, and pointing it, quietly, carefully, without any fuss, directly at the king's face. Can we just take a second? One of the most powerful aides in British royal history, standing at a formal climate reception inside a historic palace, with a little battery-powered fan, just silently making sure His Majesty stays cool. No announcement, no drama, just quiet, loyal, utterly dedicated service. And the moment the photos hit the internet, the reaction was instant. People were calling it unexpectedly sweet, charming, adorable. One person wrote, "Now that is loyalty. Keeping the king cool one breeze at a time." Someone else said, "Everyone needs a friend with a fan in this weather." And my personal favorite, people started officially referring to Sir Tony as the king's personal fan holder. The internet had decided. He had a new job title. And honestly, he earned it. But wait, because this next part changes everything. Underneath all the jokes and the viral photographs, Something genuinely important was happening in that room. King Charles, despite the heat, despite visibly sweating on camera, despite needing a fan pointed at his face, did not stop. He kept going, talking to environmental leaders, engaging with climate innovators, fully present, fully committed to every conversation. And according to reports, this was just one of 4 or 5 royal engagements he carried out that same day. In a record-breaking heat wave, under a red weather warning, at 76 years old, and he never once stopped working. And that is the real story here. Not just the fan, not just the photograph, but what this single unscripted moment actually revealed to the entire world. Because for years, for generations, there has been this image of the British monarchy as distant, untouchable, completely separate from ordinary everyday life. And in one candid photograph taken at a climate reception, that wall came completely down. Here was a king sweating in the summer heat, just like you, just like me, just like the millions of ordinary people across the United Kingdom who were struggling through that exact same heat wave on that exact same day. No special privileges, no air-conditioned escape from the discomfort, just a small fan held by a loyal aide, and the quiet determination to keep going. Now here is the part that will genuinely stop you in your tracks. The cause King Charles was suffering for in that heat? Climate change. The very issue that is causing these extreme heat waves in the first place. The very thing that is making summers more brutal, more dangerous, more unpredictable every single year. Think about that for a moment. King Charles spent decades, his entire adult life, warning the world about the dangers of climate change. And on Saturday evening in London, he literally felt the consequences of it, on his own face, in real time, at an event specifically dedicated to fighting it. If that is not one of the most poetic moments in recent royal history, I genuinely do not know what is. We started this video with a man pointing a battery-powered fan at a king. It seemed funny at first, light-hearted, a charming viral moment for a warm Saturday evening. But it was actually something much more than that. It was a window, a rare, completely unplanned, totally authentic glimpse behind the palace walls. And what the world saw through that window was not a distant figure on a golden throne. It was a 76-year-old man, sweating, working, caring deeply, showing up fully even when it was uncomfortable, just like the rest of us. So here is what I want to know from you. Does a moment like this change how you see King Charles? Does it make the monarchy feel more human and relatable to you? Or do you think moments like this are carefully managed to create exactly that impression? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely read every single one, and I love hearing what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It helps this channel more than you know. And if you are new here, subscribe because we cover royal stories like this all the time, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. I will see you in the